Hello friends, welcome to Intuites.
Let's begin the class.
So I'm loud and clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did you attempt the questions? Which I given you a few questions by any chance?
Yes, Samir, I
Anybody?
did. I completed.
Okay. That's fine. If somebody don't come and I haven't tried it, it's fine. Okay. No worries. Because after today's class, you can try it out. I just given a exercise just to fit your weekend. Like if you find some.
Samir, while doing it in PyCharms, I'm getting an SDK error. What sort of that error is? Some .sdk error.
Not sure because that's what these tools are now. Very hard. SDK in the sense you set up the path while installing that one.
Path was there, main.py I got. Try to write the code there, and when I tried to run, it gave me an error. So I
Normal
was
error, normal print also is not working.
no. So I did completely in Jupyter, didn't do it in
Yes.
PyCharm. PyCharm was giving me an error, so I thought I will uninstall and reinstall it again. Some error, don't know.
Yeah, I need to do because the
Okay.
print is not working, means your installation is not. So let's start our program today. It's called strings. String is very important. Okay, strings, then other data types like the structured data types, list, tuple, dictionary, sets, all these things is very common used in Python. Number is okay. Like number normally decimal number, like whole number, all these things we'll use, but that is fine. That just generic question. What is strings?
A group of
Characters,
strings.
character type,
So
character
like
type, set of characters.
multiple characters. Yeah. Multiple characters. This is called a string. Okay. And string in Python can be represented in a single quote or can be in a double quote also. Okay, but be specific what exactly you want to display there. If you want to do represent in a double quote, do it from the first and make it consistent throughout the project. Or if you want to do a single quote, so let's take, I am putting a string here. Let's take my name. So here, this is a bunch of characters, right? SAMIR. So my name is. So how it exactly it will store? And just remember one pointer is very important in Python, that in Python string index always starts, or index normal index always starts from 0. This is a difference somehow between other languages or other stuffs to the Python. Okay, so it is always start with the 0. So what does it mean exactly? Let me put in an example. So we are storing S, then AMIR, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the way it got stored in Python. Okay, all right. This makes sense. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Now if I print now, suppose I want to print the 0th index, because as I told you that each character is stored at a particular place called index, and I should have able to access the index as well. So I say name in a square bracket if I put 0. Okay, print name of 0. So ideally it should give me only the character as per the rules. Correct? The expected output will be S, right? In this case.
Yes.
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 So this is exactly the output is S1. Okay. So here we can put it anything. Suppose let's take 3. What will be the output for me?
I.
I.
No, I.
Let's see here. 0, 1, 2, 3. I. Right? This is 4. Right? And if I give 5, what will give the output?
Nothing, I think.
0.
So we have an index starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? I'm giving name of 5. That index itself is not there right now in the string. So
It
if the
throws error.
index is not, it will throw, it will say index out of range. This is a very interesting or very common error in Python. That is called the index out of range. So it does mean that whatever index we are writing, it is different from that. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
This part is clear. Okay. Now let's discuss about your string slice. Okay. So string slicing is this one, like as the strings are stored in the form of indexes, like each character is allocated some space or allocated a number called index, and you can slice through. Okay. So there are, whenever you are like slicing, there are three parameters are there. So let's say this is my string, then start, one parameter is start, then colon, I have stop, and I have a step size as well. So there are three parameters are available when I'm slicing of your data. Okay, just remember few things here. Important things is I'll discuss completely this one because this is quite important. When when we are not providing start, then it always start from 0. First point. Okay. Second, when you are not providing the end or the stop, it will goes till end of the string. And last one, default step size. Now let's try and understand this. I love sweets. So just make a, I have made a statement here. So I love sweets. Let's try to put it here so that always do like this. Okay, so that you can understand what exactly is happening. I love I, and before to the C, I, then there's a space is there. Okay, just remember that space also is a character which occupy the space. Okay, so I'm giving a space here, then L O V E, then another space, then S W E E T S. Okay, so now let's denote some index here. This is my 0. The space become 1. Then this is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so these are the, no, sorry, T is missing. T, yes. So 12. So these are the number of indexes and number of characters. Any questions? Do you have anything on this one?
No.
Okay.
No.
Now let's start with the your start, stop, and step size. So what I'm doing, name of one, and I'm putting colon. So the first one is at start. So he's saying that start at one number index, and I'm putting colon step stop, and I'm giving a blank. What does it mean? When you are not providing the stop, then it is always goes till end of the string. Okay, so it will start at 1, and if you are not giving anything here, then it will go till end of the string. Okay, so what should be my output here? Just see and tell me.
Love
To start,
sweets.
it will start at 1. Okay.
Yeah, space.
Then
Love
how much?
sweets will be the output.
So with space, right? One space and all.
Yes, yes.
Right? Ideally, that should be the output. Everybody is on the same page.
Yes.
Yes, we got the, see, there is a space here, first one, okay, and then love, okay. Got the point? Point is clear. Now, suppose I'm starting, I'm not giving any start value, and I'm saying 5. Now, when you are not giving, this is the one point I think, when you are not providing the start, then it is always start from 0. Okay, when you are not giving a start value and end value I'm giving as 5, then the start value always starts from what will be the output here?
I love.
Yeah. I love.
I love 0 to 5, right? This much you are saying. I space LO. This much you are saying. Everybody same?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. But why it is giving the one character is not missing, right? Last one it is missing. Always remember when you are giving a in Python, this is put a thumb rule for you. Whenever you are giving a end as 5, always n minus 1. If you are giving 5, it will go till 4. If you are giving 6, it will go till 5. This is the way Python works. Okay, so always n minus 1. You want to give, you want to get the fifth character, then the index should be stopped at 6. So that it will be 6 minus 1 equals to. Always remember this one, n minus 1. Okay, make sense?
But you gave 5, right, Samuel?
Yeah,
E should be 5.
index start at 0, so I am giving a 5. That's correct. I'm giving a 5. So it will, ideally it should start at 0 because Python index start at 0. It will still go to the 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ideally that should be my output. Okay,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
complete. But Python have a tendency, and this is the rule, that whatever the end you have given the index, right, it is always minus 1. That's it. Means it is representing now 0 to 4. Still you are
Okay.
giving the 5, but it is going till 4 only. Okay? Make sense?
Okay.
Okay. Now, next one.
So,
Let's take.
sorry. So, does it mean like when we give 5, it will only come, so from the I love, only come until V, right? E won't come, right?
Why it
In the
will not come?
output, because
Wait.
it's, you, you give 5, right? So it would be N
Ah,
minus 1, you said.
it
Yeah,
is coming.
okay,
It
yeah.
is coming eye level. The last, just now I
Oh,
changed it to 6 and I printed.
okay, yeah.
Now, next, let's take understand now. Let's try to understand here a few things. This is makes your life easy, right? So now, suppose I'm putting 2, start at 2, end at 5. What will be my output, guys?
LOV.
Love.
So
LOV.
you are saying 2
Love.
to 5, right? So and you are, as you know,
2 to
last
4.
one will be n minus 2.
2 to 4.
That's correct. Always remember, if you are giving 2 to 5, Python will read data from 2 to 4 only. So it should be LOV. That's it. The output would be. Okay, it makes sense. This part is clear.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody is clear. No doubt.
Yes.
So, okay. Now the last one, the last parameter is called the step size. It's called the step size, last parameter. So the by default the step size is 1. Are you providing anything? No. But still it is going like 2, then it is going to 3, then it is going to 4, then it is going to 5. One character only it is picking up, right? But I can have a choice. Let's take default is 1. If I given the step size 1, in this case there will be no changes to the data because the default is 2. But I can change the step size, let's take to 2. Then what will happen? So it will jump 2 places. Okay. What will be my output in this case? If I say
LV.
read
Just a guess.
read
LV.
from, okay, let's understand this. So we are given 2 to 5, but it will read from 2 to 4. But step size we are given, so when it started at 2, it will go directly to 4. Second step. So what will the L and V? Correct? It will skip the O. Why it will skip the O here?
Step size is given as 2.
Right, exactly. Exactly. It will be L and make sense? Did that make sense, everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Your start, stop, and your steps. This is important. Okay. Do practice. Take a string, put some like permutation combination, and do check it out your output as well. And I will suggest do it like this. Take a small string so that you can understand. Don't take like 20, 30, 50 and all. Take a little 10, 12 characters and just start practicing the permutation combination so that your string sizing will be okay. It does make sense. Okay. Now this is about the positive side. In index, there could be a negative side as well. Okay. So it means like this. This is your -1. This is your -2. This is your -3. Sorry, where I'm typing -3. This is -4. This is -5. This is -6. -7. -8. This is -9. 10. 11. 12. 13. Okay. So this is also one side of minus also. That is, this minus is not that important compared to string slicing. Positive side is very much important, but you should know that. Okay, let's see for a -1. What will get it if I give -1 as a starting point? What should be my output in this case? I give -1 as a starting point.
From backward, will it give the answer?
Yeah, that's
Till
correct. So if I give -1 and end, I'm not giving anything. Then what will be my output?
STEEWS, go backward, reverse string.
Mhm,
Just a guess.
mhm.
Just as.
A square
Sorry, this
bracket
is
is not closed.
yeah.
Yes,
Only
yes.
one character. Only one character. Why it will go to the minus? Because if you go from this side, positive side, if I giving a 0 and not giving any end, then it will go this way, right? This way, the forward way. Still, we are giving the index as -1, but the forward is always this side only. It should go like this. What I can do, you can understand now. If I give -6 to -1, then the forward is the movement is always from the left to right. Okay, it will never change. It will not never change from the right to left. Suppose you are giving a -1, try and understand -1 and giving end of the character. It can't go like this in this way. It can go this. This is not the movement. Never it will be the movement. Movement is always like this only, from your left to right. You can giving the minus, that is fine, but your trigger movement or your index movement will be from the left to right. Okay. So now if I give -6 to -1, then what will be my output?
Weeds.
Hmm?
Weeds.
Weeds.
WEETS.
Why S will be removed?
S won't come till T.
Okay.
S. Oh, over
And
here S is the sweet. It will be just sweet.
okay. Exactly. Sweet. Why it is not printing the -1? Because you know, as you know that it will be n-1. So it will
Index
be
-1.
-6. Yeah, -6, -5, -4, -3, -2. This will be the output. Okay. Did that make sense? Hello?
Yes.
You are good?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So you need a more practice on this. Just play around this, like -6, -1, -3, -4. Take data and play around. Okay, so that your fundamentals will be correct. I will suggest this is the way I learned. I will suggest to do like this. This is the best way to do it. Put your index number and fetch it. And once you are confident enough, we don't require this setup. Okay, that makes sense.
Samir,
Yeah.
step size will always be positive number. There won't be negative for step size.
Yes. Let's try the negative step size here. It's a good question. So if I say -6 to -1 and putting -1 as a step size, okay, I don't think so there will be any output. It is 0. The step size will be always the positive one only. I can put 1 here, then the output will remain same. Sweet. Because the the movement will be on the positive.
What if all the numbers are positive except the step size I give negative? Will it work?
And that's what I don't know. I never tried, but you can. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
These
got
all
it.
things you need to put the permutation here. Okay.
Yeah.
So you just take it out this one. It's something like this, right? I think there will be no output in this case. Yeah, there will be no output. That's for sure. Because 2 to 6 we are going, and you
Yeah.
are saying the -1. It will never work. So one part, let me experiment. I forgot that, like you can have steps. I'm not giving start size. I'm not giving step size, and this I'm giving -1. If I've been wrong, yeah. If you give like this, right, it will just reverse your string. This is an interview question somebody asked. There will be no start. There will be no steps, and we are saying that the step size should be -1. Just print from. It is not actually just printing from the that side only. Index -1 is saying that. Just like that. So it will print your complete string as reverse. This is the one trick you can do it. We have a separate function for that, the string reverse and all, but you can still do that. Got it? This is for your string reverse. Okay. All right. You can try it out all these things. Please do this. Do practice on this. Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Another important thing on strings is strings are mutable. What do you mean by mutable here? Mutable means once you define something, it will never change unless until you are overriding that one or you are deleting that variable and creating a new one. That time only the values could be changed. Otherwise, no chances. Okay. Just give me a second, guys. I need to put my headphone charge. Just 1 second. I'll be back. 1 second. Yes, I'm back now. So I'm still audible, right?
Yes.
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 So the strings are mutable. Mutable in the sense, once you define it, let's take for the second position or the third position. So 0, 1, and 2. Second number index, I want to change from L to P, just for a second. So if I say name of 2 equals to, so the L I want to change it to P. Okay. If I execute this, it will say that the string objects are not supported item method. It means that once you define the string, inside the string, it will be never, we can't do anything edit unless until you can assign something to some other strings. Okay. But this is possible for other data type, which we'll discuss later in the classes, like the list, the dictionary, all these things. That's it is required because I need some immutable mechanism for the strings, and in that case the list will be helpful. But right now there is no chances for the string to be okay. Now, if that makes sense, we're good on this topic. Mutable, yes.
Um,
Yes.
can
Yes.
you explain again, Samir?
Nothing, I just want to change few characters on the string itself. So suppose
Okay.
second number index and to change it to P. Once
Okay.
the string defined, we can't change anything on that one. That's what the mutable property of the string is. So once defined, nothing can be changed. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And here, once you define the string, right, you can put name, the string name dot. Here we have n number of functions will be there. Okay. This is all related to the string function. And this is the advantage of using the pie chart. This will be never come up in Jupyter. Okay. So we have a find function, join function, index, is lower, is upper, all these things. So many functions are there. Few functions we should not require. Okay, so you can check till this much Jetfield. But it is not like we can discuss everything on a class. But I'll try to cover a few things, and that is all the other stuffs is your self-explanatory. Like you can just play around it and you can come to know. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Because every function have so many functions, and by heart also you don't need to remember as well. Unless until it is in use, you can still use it. Okay. So the first function I want to use here in this case is called print say name dot upper. So it will give you the string in a uppercase. Okay, you're good here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's another string. Let's take another important thing is called your starts with function. This is just like your like operator. Okay, starts with, let's take as a, in this case I'm searching for a character which is starting from the S. I don't have anything, but if I do like this, it will give you false. I don't have a character, I don't have a string which start at SA. So this output is a boolean type. Either it will be available, then it will give you your data. If not, it will give you the false. All right, it's okay. We're good.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now let's do things. Find, you can do it, guys. Find is very simple. We can just take it out. Like find means the search. In Notepad also you are searching, right? Everything. Same thing we can do it. Okay. So let me check one function here. Format we'll discuss later. Index is very important. Okay. So let's take print name dot index. Name dot index. For what? Let's see the printing, and it is saying that it should take at least one argument. Okay. So if I say what is there on my fourth index on my string. Oh, sorry. Uh, sorry. It will be different. So it will be like, suppose I will say from the string, let's take the V on which string, under which index number. It will give you that. So V is at fourth
Or
index. Yeah. And this V and this V is very important. Okay. This is, I given the small v, I got the index number as 4. If I given a capital V here, what will be the output? It will not bounce. So Python is case sensitivity. Okay. So the small and caps, there is a difference. Whichever is small, you need to search with the small only. It will not. It
so
is
so
not the.
if we give I love sweets all in caps, then we should give
So
capital
before
letter.
we can do one thing here. We can do one thing here. If you want to do like that, you want to just ignore the case sensitivity, then we can do like this. So I can say name dot upper. Okay, first of all, name dot upper dot index. I can do that. Then I can search for the V.
Okay.
So first I'm converting into the upper, then I'm doing the index. It will give you the 4.
Okay.
So I can nested the function as well. Okay.
Samir, if I give E, then which the first occurrence it will give, or
Yes, that's correct. First occurrence.
okay,
Fifth one. First one.
it should give 5. Okay.
Index is the first one. Yes. Okay, we are good here.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm just taking up whichever is important for this is also very important. Okay. Each digit, each numeric, each lower, okay, each upper, all these things just to check, okay, whether that contain anything. Each digit is very important. Okay. Suppose any kind of digit you are checking on that one. So let's take Let's take the name as is digit. In this case, it will give you the false here. I have a exercise used to use this function as well. Okay, it will give you false here. Okay, suppose let's try to do something like 1, 2, 3. Okay, and let's try to run here. Still, it is false. So this is a. Let me try that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is a good time to, if I want to give a comment in Python, it will be the hash. If you want to comment anything, or you can select and do the comments as well. So this is your comment section. Okay. See, now it is saying that it is true. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Okay, this digit. So it will check whether I have any kind of digit available on the string. It's just like that. This is very helpful when you have a like a string, but the inside content is all the numbers, and you want to convert it. Okay, so before to the conversion, I can check that whether is digit is true or false. Based on that, I can start converting my string to integer. This will be really helpful. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what else? Let me check the important things. Capitalized, all these things that we can do it. I don't want to go, and ends with also you can do it. So whatever how I did the starts with, you can do the ends with also. And is alpha, is ASCII, all these things is very important. I'm saying is to check it out. Is alpha means whether it will check the alphabet, whether that contain alphabet or not. So wherever the is there, right? Is numeric, is printable, is space, is title, all these things. That is to check. And the output of all this function will be on a boolean. It will be like true or false. True or false. Okay? Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. You can check it out all these things. So this is your job. Like check few functions, and if you stuck somewhere, you're not able to understand the output from that, do let me know. We'll discuss that as well. Okay? That fine?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And did I discuss about the F string to you?
Yes, you did.
I discussed.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
discussed.
previous
Discussed.
class.
Okay. What is that?
When we have to give the variable into the output.
Just give me. Yeah. Sorry for the disturbance. What I was talking about. Yeah. So the F string. So let's do it. Mm, so if I want to print it, I can say print. I'll put my F string first. F. Okay. Then I can put double quotes here. Okay. Then I can, for to use the variable, then I need to put the flower
Flower.
package here.
Flower packet.
Then I can use the other variables as well. With the variable name, yeah, like this.
Country.
Right? This is
Yeah.
this is your called your, this is the app string. Okay, so we are good on the string. Any questions? And concatenation also, you know that the string one. So I think we are good on the string slicing, the string functions. Few things we discussed, few things you need to take care. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now another thing is, instead of writing all this thing, I want to take the input from the console. Suppose instead of hard coding this value, I want to take it from the console. Then I can use the input function. So input, I'll say it's message. This is not compulsory. You can ignore that also. Enter any name. This is just to prompt the user that this parameter is looking for a name. Okay. And second one, I'll say input and your something like that. Okay. Now I'm printing this only. Now if I run this now, it will prompt you, enter your name. Okay, in the console. So you need to write your name first and enter your country. Then it will give you the output which you are looking at. Okay. So this is the input function which will take input from your console. Alright. One catch is here in this case. Okay. You understand this part?
Yes.
Yes.
So let's take, I want to do one thing here. Let me go in the comments. So instead of all these things, let me take two numbers and sum it up. Okay. So let's take very simple number one as the input, enter first number, num2 equals to input, enter second number, say let's take num3 equals to num1 plus num2, and I'll say print num3. Simple. Okay. Now if I run this, I'm giving 20, 30, but it is not giving me 50. It's giving output as 20, 30. Why?
It's possibly
You get it?
taking as strings.
Correct. So just remember this input function, whatever you are providing, by default it is string. And you need to adjust this as per your requirement. Suppose you want the integer, you need to convert it. If you want to float, you need to convert it. Okay. So in this case, this part, I want to convert it. Okay. So I have a choice, two, three choices I have. So I can take the input, and while doing the plus, I can convert it. Okay. So I say int of number one plus int of number two. This is the one way you can do it. After taking the input, we are converted into the integer. Okay. Then let's give the data here 20, 30. Then it will give you the 50 because we are converting. Or if you don't want to convert directly while doing the calculation, another way to convert it by taking the input itself. That's, I can say, is the best thing to do it. So I will convert here itself, int of input. So whatever the input you are giving, finally it will convert to integer itself. Okay, make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
No doubts on this, right?
Yep.
Okay. And I think we have discussed about the different operators also, no? Arithmetic operators, the modular division, then floor division,
Mod,
power, all this
mod, no.
mod, no? Okay, okay,
Addition,
let's,
subtraction, floor division, exponential, and the
uh-huh,
addition, subtraction, and multiplication division. Mod,
okay,
you didn't explain.
okay. Mod is just a modulus only. I'll do that. Mm, I'll check the shortcut is not working for this PyCharm to select and multiple comments, which I'm giving it. Ideally, that is the shortcut only, the control and the hash. But somehow maybe I have done the new installation and somewhere the setting is not working. That's what I'm doing manually for each and every line. Okay. So, but
Samir,
ideally it will be the do it. Go.
I had tried it in ideally in Microsoft Python
Mhm,
one.
mhm.
There it is for block comment was uh, code, that single code three times on the top,
Ha,
and
that
does it
that
work
is
here?
to that works, but that is put to the comments for multiple lines. That is
Mm,
works, but we can select a bunch of statement here in PyCharm because I
mhm.
regularly work on PyCharm, and we can put the control hash. It will work, but I think somehow this community edition the setting is different. I'll check it out. No worries. I'll do check it out on this one. Okay. So modulo, right? So I was saying print of 3 modulo 2. That's it. Modulo means the percentage. So it will give you the remainder. Okay. It will give you the remainder part. Normal division it will give you the quotient part. Here it is give you the remainder part. That's the difference. Alright. Another function which is called your ABS, absolute value. If you give anything on the absolute, if you give positive, it will give you the positive. If you give the negative value, again it will give you the positive value on. This is called the absolute value. ABS. Okay. Alright. Then if I say print of 2 to the power 3, like this I will give. So it will give you 2 to the power 3 means 2 into 2 into 2. It will be
8.
8. And this I can write it another way also. We have a function called power. Power or power. POW, I think. POW power. Then I can say 2 comma 3. This also I can do that. It will give you the same output. Okay. And advantage of the power function is you can have a multiple parameters also. So let's take 4. 2 to power 3 into 4. Obviously. And do check it out the third parameter. I don't know. But there is a third parameter for the power. So 2, 5. Then suppose 1. I don't know what will happen. 0. I forgot the requirement of the last. I don't know. But let's go with the 2 parameters only. So I can say it's like power 2 of 5. Or I can do 2 star of 3. Either way it is possible to get the power. Now suppose I can say suppose A is 2.0. So 2.0 is nothing but it's a float number,
So,
right?
mm,
So I can say print A dot is integer. This is also one function. If you want to check whether that is an integer or not. So if you run this,
false.
true. Why it
Oh,
is integer only, no? Float
2.0.
also it is integer also it part of a like a value only, right? Digit
Yes,
only.
Samir. Yes,
Hmm.
Samir, I have one doubt. In default, it's string, right? So here, how it is numeric? It's true.
It's not numeric, it's integer.
Yeah. So, but default,
Integer
is
in
it string or
in the sense, integer have
okay?
a different types. One is numeric without the decimal, one is float. But both are comes under the integer only. Integer means
Okay.
wherever the digits are there. Whether it's a fractional value, it's a whole number, doesn't matter. All are integer only. That's
But
what
we
it is
don't
checking.
define anything here like integer or string. But how it get its true?
Okay, so this one I think I discussed in the first class that there
Okay.
should be no type in Python. We no need to define anything. Whatever the define,
Okay.
that is the data type for that. Suppose I'm saying, let's say s equals to some. So now this s becomes string automatically based on the value assignment.
Okay.
And I have to check it. We have a function called type. This I discussed with you
Yes.
guys.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So if you give the type of s, then we can run it, and you will get it's called the string automatically.
Okay.
And if you
Actually,
use, mhm,
yes. Yes, a
and if
string is
I
in quotation, right? So that's it. Take a string or default. It's
correct. So whatever you define here, based on that it will be defined. So if it's double quote,
okay.
single quote, it is a string. If it's a number, it will take an integer. If it's true false, then it's a boolean. No need to define any kind of data type, what kind of data it will store. What it store, that is defined to the data type in Python. Okay?
Okay, Sumit. Yeah, yeah, got it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. That's the flexibility actually we have it. Okay. Though we are good on this one. So I think your what do you call the assignment number 1, I think you can try it every questions. I think I have covered up. Okay. Now let's create a new file here. Where is the new file here? New Python file. I say data structures. Python file. Let's create the data structure file, the py. So here we are planning to discuss 3 data types. First, list, tuple, and dictionary. Okay. These are the 3 data types which is very much important in Python journey. Okay. So let's start with my journey through list today. So as you know, let's discuss about why list is required. The first point is, as I discussed, suppose I am defining something like string. So let's say I'm defining this. And once I define this as a string, I can't change anything on this one. Suppose tomorrow the name got changed. Suppose I'm keeping this. Let's take employee first name. Just for example. Okay. This is my employee first name is this. So tomorrow, suppose somehow I need to change his first name. I can't do it in a string. It's not possible because string is mutable. First point. Second point is, if it is a string, it is string only. Okay, I can't uh, put the list of values in the sense. Suppose in a the same string I want to keep my employee information. Let's take an employee info. I want to give the first name, last name, age, the address, everything I want to combine into one set of values. That is also not possible in string. So string will not allow multiple values here in this case, and strings are mutable. Okay. So these 2 points where I have a problem, then I will convert it into list. Okay. So how to define a list? First of all, you understand the list. So whenever in Python you want to define a string, a list. Okay. So let's take, I'm defining a list called numbers. Then square bracket. Square bracket represents a list in Python. Just remember this point. Okay. So I can define here 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4. So this becomes a list, normal list. Okay, I'll come to that. We can have a heterogeneous of data we can store inside the list. But right now, I'm just explaining that what is list, how to define. How we can understand this is a list or no? Let's check the type, the numbers. It should give me as it's a list. See, class, right? So now this data type is called a list data type. Here, instead of writing the numbers and all, I can write the name as well. That is the beauty of the string, the beauty of the list. Okay, so I can say true. So what is the combination now I'm storing? Integer, string, integer, and boolean. Everything I'm storing inside a string, and this will work. Still, it is a type of a numbers. Okay, so this is the advantage of your list. If that makes sense. Okay, we'll see the implementation, don't worry. Now, how I have explained you the string slicing 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, same thing applies for the list as well. Okay, so this data is 0th index, this is 1, this is 2, like that the list items are indexed as well. So if I say print of numbers of 1, then what should I get out?
Samir.
Samir.
Okay, this you remove. Samir as a whole name, not the S and all. Okay, complete. This is the second parameter. And the slicing, as I told, the slicing works the same way what I explained in the string. Okay, that I'm leaving up to you to work on now. Will that work?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So list slicing, string slicing are same. Doesn't matter. Now the advantage. Let's come to the advantages in list, which was not there in case of your string. So suppose in this case, I want to now my how many things are there? 1 0 1 2 3 4 index or 4 different types of values are there. So now I want to add something into the string, because strings are immutable, whereas lists are immutable. Immutable means we can change, can assign, can do anything. So suppose I will say first way to do this. So I can say the numbers of 1. So what I am doing here exactly? The first index of the list I'm changing to, now if I change print numbers here, let's check the numbers. Then if I run this, I will change the string. See, it changed from Samir to Rohit. This is called the immutable properties. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This is the one way to do it, like assignment. Through the assignment, we can give the index and assign the value, so that on that index number your data will be changed. Okay, one another way to do it is, let's comment it out. This we have some functions. Okay, so I will say numbers dot append. Okay, there is a append function. This is list function. Okay, this is not a string function. I'll say append and I will give, let's take Rohit. So I commented this one. Okay, so I'm not changing the first position to Rohit. I'm appending now Rohit. Now what will the output here in this case? It will be added one more character at the end of the list. So append always insert the elements at the end of the string. Okay, after whichever the end is there, it will be add one more data. Got it? The append function. If that makes sense, are you good?
Yes.
But suppose you want to insert some element on a specific index. So then I have a function called numbers dot insert. Then I can put your index number here. So I will say Rohit in this case again, but at second position. So now this string will be inserted at 0, 1, and 2. So these three will be shifted to the third position.
I think reverse, sir. 2 comma.
Huh? What is that?
I think instead of 2 comma Rohit.
2 is
Uh,
taking as 3, so possibly 3 becomes an
oh,
integer value.
correct. That's correct. So in the second position, we have already 3.
If you give one, possibly it will add.
I think so. That's a good observation.
No, that
STR
also is giving
cannot
an error.
just cannot be in.
One comma Rohit's interchange.
Is it?
Can we check?
No,
Can we
no,
check?
no. Insert is always like that only. The second parameter is index only.
What if we have to give self, comma, index, and the Rohit's name? It was self
No,
something like that.
self
No.
is the self, the what you are giving.
Oh, okay.
So let's B, comma 1. An error here only. Selected type supporting the screw str instead of what does it mean? Str cannot be interpreted as an integer. Where I am giving an integer here. 5 in module number insert the 1. Okay, let me change this to, let's take anything something like this. A, B, C, and I'm just doing an exercise.
No, Samir, first like insert
First
position and
index,
comma, no, first index, then the character.
then as Swara said earlier, what if we try that?
No,
Like this.
one,
One
yeah.
comma E.
No, you have to use the square bracket, not
It's
a
coming, it's
bracket.
come.
Okay,
Oh, is
It's
it?
come.
they
But
use the
it's
square
come.
bracket.
Whatever you have given is come as output now.
It's come. An output came, but I don't know. 1 second. Huh? These are the functions.
How come he's not called me? Why don't you keep it inside?
Yeah, correct. So we need to remove the self. Sorry for that, guys. So self is nothing. We can skip it. Yes, correct. Index, then object. Sorry. Yes, correct. Index and object. Correct. That's a correct syntax. So we need to give like this. First index, then the value. Okay. And we can insert at a particular position. Okay. Got it? Now
Yes.
the last function which I want to discuss today is called the pop. Okay. So if I say numbers dot pop, again here also the self we can remove, and index. If I'm not giving index, what will happen? If I give index, let's see. So without index, I'm saying numbers dot pop. Okay. So right now I have a data called AEBCD because I have inserted a record. So my list is called AEBCD, and I'm doing a pop. What happened? Something happened, right?
The
From
last,
where it
from the last it removed.
correct. So
D
when
is
I'm
removed.
not correct, when I'm not defining any index, the pop will be removed the last index, last element of the list. And if you want to be specific to pop it or remove, then you can specify the index here. 2. So 0, 1, 2. So in this case, the B will be removed. Okay. Got it? So append is always insert the element at the end of the list. Insert is always at the specific position of the list. Pop without the any index, it will remove the last element of the list. And if you specify index, then it will remove that specific index. Okay, all right. And the slicing is same as the list. I don't want to discuss that. Okay, all right. Will
Yes.
that make sense? So based on these fundamentals of the list, I will assign another assignment to you, assignment number 2, so that you can cover it up both the things. Okay, all right.
Yes.
And please do practice on the slicing, string slicing, and even the list slicing also.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Yes, Samir.
I'm done.